Hey everybody, how y'all doing tonight? I'm doing better than I was this morning. Again, that sleeping pill they gave me last night, boy, it knocks the crap out of you, I'll tell you that. But things are going really well. I'm not having loose stools. They were going to have to do some testing if I did it a third time. I did it twice. Had some really loose stools and stuff, and so they were going to have to send it for testing if I did it the third time. So the third time when I went, they make me go in this like top hat kind of thing, turned upside down, which is really kind of embarrassing. And today's was pretty solid and stuff, so they're not going to have to send that down for testing. Who's going to talk about this if I don't? But my blood draw last night, my ANC level is at 70. I would say probably at 4 a.m. this morning it was at 70. But I'm guessing, well, that was the reading from 12 midnight. I just learned about it at 4 a.m. So I almost guarantee you at about 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning, I probably hit zero. And the nurse tonight was telling me I might hit zero for a couple of days because I was wondering, well, what if I start going back up and my reading's like 10 or 20? How are we going to know which direction I'm headed? It might look like I'm still headed down. And so I asked them, why don't you take, when it gets below 200, why don't you do blood draws every 12 hours instead of every 24 hours? And that way we can keep a better track of it. But then the nurse tonight told me that when I do hit zero, I'll probably be there for a couple days. But a bit of good news, Lisa's coming up next week, so maybe I can get her to be in one of the videos. I'm kind of doubting it though. She might sit in the background back there or something and just wave from the back or something. But she's going to be coming up on Wednesday and going over to Brent's place, and she's going to be staying there. And there is a good possibility that maybe within a week and a half, 2 weeks, even from today, that I might be getting out of here. Yeah. They said I asked what's the minimum level that they'll let me go. I think last time, 6 years ago, it was like 1,400 or something like that my ANC level had to be at before they would let me go. But she said they'd let people go when it's like at 500 and stuff like that, because I'm just going to be staying down the road from the hospital. So, I mean, if anything happens, I can always, call an ambulance or whatever, something like that, but hopefully nothing will happen. Well, we're staying at this really nice place. It's called Brent's Place. You can look it up online. They have 2 properties up here. We're going to be staying at the Aurora property. And, they cook meals for you like 2 or 3 times a week and breakfast 1 time a week. And you get a full furnished apartment. Full-size washer and dryers in each apartment, and they even have a pantry that you can write down what you're used to eating, and they'll go shop for it and stuff, and then put it in your pantry for you and stuff, and it's all furnished with dishes and silverware and glasses and stuff like that. Even though when you leave, you have to take most of the linens with you, like the bed sheets and stuff like that. They don't care if you just throw it in the garbage because I don't think we don't have any twin beds at home or anything. I mean, that's usually what the beds are twin beds. So if they're queen beds, we might take stuff home or something like that. But if it's just twin beds, we'll just throw away the linens and stuff like that. And they don't mind because they don't reuse them. Everything when you go there and get the linens, it's a brand new package sitting on the bed or whatever, and blankets too and stuff like that. And so. Might keep the blankets though, and some of the towels too, maybe, depending on their quality and size. The towels here barely fit me at all. I can't even hardly wrap it around me, and they're so thin that I have to use about 3 towels to dry off every day, because they make me take a shower every day. They change my bed linens here every day, and I've learned some tricks to that too. But as I said, my ANC level is low. Probably at 0 right now. We just won't know anything until midnight tonight. My platelet levels, they were 39,000 on my last report. Now they are 33,000. They probably even fallen a little bit more. But the nurse and the doctor on the rounds this morning let me know that they're really not going to let my platelet levels fall below 20 because they don't want to start any GI bleeding Thank goodness. Because I didn't want to start any either, because that's how it all goes south and stuff. Other than that, not much to talk about tonight. Just everything's going as good as I want it to go, and as good as they want it to go, so far. So I appreciate everybody's words of encouragement, and love that you guys give me that encouragement, and it really helps. Let me tell you, because it is so boring around here. If I ever go through this again, which I hope I don't, I'm going to bring my video game system next time. I brought it the very first time, that 6 years ago or whatever, but I really didn't get to play it that much. But now I have a different kind of system that plays multiple platforms, PlayStation, Nintendos, all the Nintendo systems just about, PlayStations 1, 2, and 3, Saturn, Sega Master System, the very first systems, and I have like maybe 30,000 games that I can play and stuff, or simulators also. They're mostly emulators. I'm sure you've heard about that. But yeah, I'll probably bring that next time. But hopefully there won't be a next time. All right, so I'm going to sign off for tonight. Thanks for everybody. I love y'all. And I wish I could see you, I've talked to a few of you on the phone, and that's been fun, catching up on old times. But y'all have a great evening, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.